Okay, good afternoon, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2010 Mitsubishi Challenger LS wagon today. Show you a lot of reasons this is a very sought after motor car. We'll start at the front of the car and you notice it is fitted with an alloy bull bar. We do have the driving lights there as well. All of your chrome garnish running through the front grille. Presents in really good order, hardly a mark to see anywhere on the front bumper or the bonnet. As we scan around to the driver's side now, I do notice fitted with 17-inch factory alloy wheels, running Bridgestone jeweler tyres, good tread on the tyres. Also important to note, not a scuff mark on the alloys on the driver's side. Does also have the chrome outer exterior mirrors, chrome door handles as well, and factory side steps. Once again, you look at the Juco coming down the right-hand side of the car, presents in really good fashion. Credit to the previous owner, this car's been really well maintained so far in its life. Scanning around to the rear of the car now, the tailgate. Once again, notice all the chrome badging running through the tailgate. Is fitted with the factory tow bar as well. Important to note, 2.5 tonne towing on the Mitsubishi Challenger. So it's certainly going to pull around whatever you need it to. Once again, tailgate, rear bumper and everything present in really good order. And now we'll scan down the passenger side or the left-hand side of the car as well now. And once again, it gives us a complete picture of how well this car's been maintained. I'm struggling to find any marks on the Juco, so that's a really good thing. Once again, important to note, if you're ever going to see any scuff marks or scratches on alloy wheels, it's usually always going to be on your passenger side of the car. But once again, both of the left-hand side alloys unmarked as well. So obviously, you know, the people that owned it paid a lot of attention to how they looked after it. One other important thing to notice, just while we're scanning around the exterior of the car, also fitted with the roof racks. So obviously, as you can see, just going around the outside so far, a lot of money's been spent on this car, getting it ready to do exactly what they wanted it to do. Moving under the bonnet of the Challenger now, a lot to like about some stats we're going to run through now. Just grab our bonnet rod, pop that up out of the way, so you know, nice and open area in the engine bay. Very good to know, 2.5 litre high-powered turbo diesel intercooled motor. It's going to deliver you 131 kilowatts of power, 350 newton metres of torque, but at the same time it's going to give you combined fuel economy of 9.8 litres per 100 k's. Expect in excess of 700 k's to a tank of fuel. 70 litre fuel tank, so it's got the performance you need, but it's also got the economy as well. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we're going to move into the tailgate section now. You know, a simple release of the tailgate, up she comes right out of the way. Plenty of room for me to walk straight under. The reason this is a much sought after car now in a 7-seater in the Challenger is they don't actually produce them anymore. So it's increased the popularity of this particular version. We're at the third row seats at the moment. We've got them in the position ready for passengers to load in. We want to just illustrate how easy it is for you to actually just change all that into a storage area. We simply release the base of the seat and just flick it up like that, spring loaded. It just jumps out of our way nice and easy. And then we pop the back of the seat down. Obviously, as you can see, and I'll just do it with the passenger side one as well. Just to illustrate how much storage room you end up getting. Really intelligent design the way they've done that. So really large storage area, small little storage area here as well. Tow bar tongue we just keep in the car for safety. Also important to note, just while we're here in the back of the car, you notice that we do have all our air conditioning controls in the back. So your third row passengers have the option of adjusting the air conditioning or heating to their liking just from their controls there. What I'll do is bring these seats back into the upright position just so I can illustrate how easy it is to access the third row. Also important to note that you do have adjustable positioning on the seat back, even in the third row of the Challenger. So it's yeah, really flexible setup for your passengers. So now we've popped all the third row seats back into their original position. We'll come around to the second row seats. Now earlier we'd actually popped this second row seat up into this position so that it shows you how easy it is to access the third row. Simply a matter if you're leaving that up and you actually are travelling. We've just got this strap here which we can just tether onto the back of the headrest, holds it in a rigid position just to ensure that it's not moving around when we're in motion. Really simple option, just lock it back into position and then up we come with the back of our seat. Also notice with the back of the seat, same as the third row, you do have adjustment in your positioning as far as comfort goes. I'm 6'1", I climb into the second row seats here. You have a look at the amount of room I've got, plenty of leg room. Also the distance between my head and the top of the roof, you know, still quite a few inches as well. So for me, being 6'1", to contemplate sitting in the second row seats on a long trip, I'm going to be super comfortable. Okay, so now we're on the inside of the Challenger and we'll run through a lot of the features in the car. I have moved the steering wheel just so we can see up here below the aircon vent, exterior mirrors, our controls for exterior mirrors. Important to note that the mirrors do fold in when you lock the car as well, so good protection in a shopping centre car park. Car is also fitted with rear diff lock, and right down below there's a manual button to turn the stability control off. On our driver's armrest we've got all our power window switches, and you notice a bit of grey and chrome running through the door trims, just a little bit of class to set it off. Move back to the steering wheel now, and I have got it in the unlocked position, so it is height adjustable. Simply a matter of placing it where we want it and then locking it back into position just by the lever on the bottom of the steering column. Straighten it up now. All of our cruise control buttons on our right hand side of the steering wheel and all of our audio buttons on the left hand side. Just while we're focusing on this part of the car, our Bluetooth, the little speaker or microphone up on our right hand side there. Move across back into the centre console section now. Basically starting at the top, we've got our little trip computer, and it feeds us a lot of info about fuel economy, just range to empty, obviously average speed, outside temperatures, you know, height above sea level. Climate control air conditioning, as we mentioned earlier, we do have air conditioning in the rear. We can also control that by a little button right down the bottom there. So pretty much set our temperature to where we want it. We've got the air conditioning running at the moment on about fan speed 3, so really quiet, as you can notice. The engine is running as well, so we do that just to serve the purpose of showing you how quiet it actually is. I mean, if you've got the radio on, you don't hear anything at all. Move down into our CD player now, MP3 compatible, basically CD, AM, FM stereo, all fairly straightforward stuff, which is good. 12 volt outlet there, little storage compartment just in the front, in front of the T-bar. Obviously our T-bar, either drive it as just as a normal automatic in the city, you can move it into performance mode or sports shift and run through the gear changes manually by the stick. Obviously on our right hand side, our control for four-wheel driving. Handbrake is standard, cup holders in the console. Important to note while we're running through this, which you can probably see on the video, just look at the quality of the car on the inside, as well as what we saw earlier in the video on the outside. Once again, you know, I've got to say it is a credit to the previous owner. It's been really well looked after, this car. Also important to note, we do have factory car mats, so all of the mats have been in the car since new. And just speaking of since new, this vehicle was originally sold on the 9th of June 2010. That was the warranty start date. So important to bear in mind, there is balance of new car warranty on this car till 9th of June 2015, or 130,000 kilometres. And speaking about servicing, just have a look at the books. The books are outstanding. Every service at the correct interval carried out so far in its life. We've gone to the extent of doing an intermediate service only 8,000 kilometres after the last service. So, you know, we don't leave any stone unturned when we're preparing a motor car. We know this car is right. Okay, so in summary, some really important things to take note of. Much sought after car now. They don't produce the Challenger in a 7-seater anymore. 2.5 litre intercooled turbo diesel. Combined fuel economy, 9.8 litres per 100 k's. Expect over 700 k's to a tank of diesel. 131 kilowatts, 350 Newton meters of torque, 2.5 tonne towing, most importantly 7-seater auto. If you've got any further questions, feel free to give us a ring on 99070555. Be quick on this car.